What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here from Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, and I'm welcoming you to yet another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich. So today's episode, we're just going to get right to it. It's another 2-week period. It's literally like the last possible moments of it. You know what it is. It's the Atari.io High Score Squad Challenge. This 2 weeks period's game, Galaxian on the 2600. Got my copy here in this box. There's the cart. There's the Retron. Let's do this thing. All right, folks. You know the drill here. It's Galaxian. It's my 7800 controller. It's my Retron 77. Let's pop in, see what's going on. Oop. Now, I gotta say, I don't have a whole lot of experience with Galaxian on the 2600. So, as you can tell, I'm getting owned right now. Let me see if I can get going here. So, Galaxian, as most of you know, is a game that's in the same vein, spiritual successor and or sequel to Galaga. If I am messing up the history, feel free to drop a line in the comments and tell me how it all goes. Alright. So we seem to be making my way through this a little bit, getting a little more used to the controls here. Now I did just play this on the Evercade. Nice little fantastic piece of hardware, by the way. It's a pretty good time. I like it a lot. If you guys don't know what the Evercade is, I highly encourage you checking out the Evercast, a podcast that I am on with the one, the only OEBP. We're going to do that now. We're trying to get to weekly. We've been pretty good at it. I think the next show that we're going to try to do is maybe this coming Saturday, where we talk about the week's news in the Evercade scene. Like if new carts that get announced, and we also go over every game. We're going over every game in every cart, from the beginning to the end. We did the Atari collections, 1 and 2. We did those first, and then we started working our way through the cartridges in numbered order upon their release order. Each of the cartridges has like a little number that's associated, I think, with either their release or when they got the license or something like that. They're all numbered 1 through 10. There's 10 available now, which is kind of cool. And we've done 4 of them. We've done the Atari Collections 1 and 2. We've done Data East Collection 1, which was the last one that we did. And we did Me Dying. And we did the NAMCO Collection, Volume 1. So we're going to give this another run. We're going to pop in here and do this. I do apologize in case you guys are getting like double audio. I know my mic might be sensitive enough to be picking up a little bit of the background noise of the monitor that I use to play. Sorry about that. I'm just really actually just trying to like get this in before the deadline there. So Actually forgot what that first score was. It was like 3,500 or something like that. But anyway, so we're gonna give this the old college try here. Still hunting down these falling enemies. Now this game does, of course, remind some people of Space Invaders, but with a different twist, right? Like they still move left to right, the enemies, but then you've got these like dive bombing enemy approaches, which is kind of cool. Keeps you on your toes. You don't know exactly like when it's gonna happen. You don't know like what triggers which one or whatever. Also, it's just the falling enemies that are shooting at you. So there is that too. Where in Space Invaders, of course, they all have their patterns. Certain lines shoot, certain don't, I think. But that'll have to be another show for me to talk about. Space Invaders. It's one of my favorite Atari 2600 games of all time. That and most of the Activision masterpieces like Sequest, Chopper Command, Keystone Capers, Pitfall, of course, Enduro, and many, many more. Some that you might even see on future episodes of Perfect Score Returns, a show that I do fairly infrequently, but it's because it takes a long time to get them done. But I get them done as much as I possibly can, where I take a deep dive into the history of the game, the history of the game's creator, and then I try to get the high score in these great Activision titles to earn the patch, the Activision patch. Eventually, the show will expand. If I'm lucky enough to get all the patches. I'm obviously going to want to keep doing the show, and I'll expand to other things as well. Some other classic games, things that have affected me in a really awesome way growing up, and if I feel that there's a story that's behind it, I'm gonna really go for it. So I think after that warm-up game, I seem to be getting the hang of this thing. These guys are coming fast and furious at me, for sure. I can't fire as fast as, say in Space Invaders, or some of the other shooters that I'm accustomed to. But this is kind of fun. I don't know. It's something about these Atari games, right? I'm almost like I almost look forward to playing these kinds of shooters more over than the more graphically superior NES and later SNES versions of any of these kind of games, of Space Invaders, of Galaga, of Galaxian, like that kind of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, back in the was it mid to late 90s, Tekken 3, that load screen where you could play some Galaga as you're waiting to see if you can get some of your Yoshimitsu on. I played the wheels off of that, for sure. Played tons of that, and that's good fun. But I don't know, for me, when it's shooters like this, there's something about playing it on the Atari 2600. The primitive, but also still deep with character sound design that's in these games. And you got to think, these guys are filling carts that are what? Again, people can say I'm wrong or right or whatever, but these things were 8K, 16K, even smaller. These cartridges, they didn't hold much information at all. And still, you've got the primitive graphic user interface with your controller. You've got barely enough room to hold machine-driven sound design. Plus, you've got like graphics, that you're programming. It's like all these instructions. This is all these instruction sets into these games that are in today's standards. Like they'd be able to fit like directly in your like like the bus, the actual bus between your processor and your and your RAM. Like there's enough room in those now in these modern machines that you could literally run in the bus, like this whole game. And I know it's a bad, again, it's a bad example, but still, I mean, it's pretty cool. So we got the $9,000 on the second run. Let's go one more, and then we'll call it a night there. I like the. I mean, I do like the high score squad challenge itself to do the of course the score running. Ooh, it's definitely not starting off pretty good there. But I think it's more about the fun of just playing the game and having a conversation. Like if we hit a game on the high score squad challenge that's just like a hot banger, like one of the ones that I played the wheels off of when I was young. I mean, I'm going for it. I'm coming in hot. But Galaxian just so happens to be one of the games that I didn't actually own when I was younger. My cousin had it, but for whatever reason, when I got my collection from that same cousin, for whatever reason, this game wasn't in it. I don't know if they gave it to another friend or something like that, but I never had this one. I played it a little, but it wasn't until much later when I started recollecting that I got some copies. I think I actually have 2 copies of this game floating around the house. But it wasn't until much later that I got this game. And most times when I collect, before I started really getting back into the whole retro scene, doing these videos, doing Perfect Score returns, like all that kind of stuff. It would be I would collect a game, get it cleaned, put it in the console, make sure it worked. Okay, it worked. Put it back on the shelf, and then when it came time to play, I'd be playing my favorites. Like I'd be playing the games that I really, really wanted to play. And some of these games, like Galaxian, not Pole Position. Pole Position I played a lot when I was younger. But some of the other games that I've seen on the High Score Squad Challenge list, I just, they wouldn't be games that I would be picking up, other than now I have a reason to play them, right? Which I think is great. And I think the community there, they're really welcoming. They're a bunch of great dudes. Of course, the dude that got me into this in the first place is the one, the only Chris Call, the Atari Creep himself. So that was another not so good run. And speaking of course, the Creep himself, I am wearing, once again, the official Atari Creep Walk Down Alzheimer's 2020 shirt. Please, 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 come on. There's still time. The walk's happening for Chris in, I don't know, I think it's like 2 weekends or something like that. He said he's going to walk. Hop on in the description below, hit that link, hook that man up, do some good stuff. It's awesome. We are, again, Bacon Ice Cream Productions proud supporters of Chris's efforts, and we wish him the best of luck in continuing to smash the heck out of that goal this year. I'm really happy that we were able to help him get to achieving that goal that he had for this year, and if he'll have us many years to come, man. And don't forget too, speaking of all of that stuff, we have a giveaway that is also details in that description below, that Bacon Ice Cream is running in conjunction with that same charity. So check it out. It's stuff that gets us, stuff that will allow you to get to know Bacon Ice Cream a little better about stuff that we do outside of the video game world, and a little nods to Chris on the retro and video game side, and even retro horror side. So lots of cool stuff. Again, hop in that vid, or wait until the end of this one. I think it's the recommended video that's going to be on this. When you see the things pop up, to do the likes and the subscribes. Also, please do the likes and the subscribes. It's good times. Go in there, watch the vid, hook it up. It's awesome. It's all good times, right? So, with that being said, this is my entry for this time. Hopefully, we'll do some big things for next game. I'm not sure what that's going to be, but hopefully it's going to be a banger, and it's hopefully something I can play. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So anyway, you'll see me in a couple seconds. We'll do a quick wrap up on the end, and we'll see you. All right, guys. So that was this round's entry for Galaxian on the 2600. Just under 10K was that the bigger score, I guess, 97 something. Actually, then I just blew through it so fast because I'm trying to get this out that I don't even remember what I scored. But hopefully decent enough efforts anyway. But still great fun and something that I'm gonna want to keep going back to and playing. Galaxian is good times, right? And maybe even certified good times at that. So thanks so much to the Atari.io forums for running this challenge. Thanks so much for having me in the community to play. And thank you guys for every single one of you for watching this. It is pretty awesome for you guys to come on over and check us out. It's a real big driver in us doing all this future content. It's a real motivation for us. And get in the comments, man. Just get in. Just hop in, say hi, do whatever. Ask us where the giveaway video is. We'll drop another link in there. Please, please, please. We want as many entries as possible. Like, we're getting really, really excited. And also, a special thanks to put out there once again to Chris Cole, to the Atari Creep. It's awesome to be hanging out with you, man, and doing these cool videos, and helping out your cause. It really is. It really is awesome. So thank you, Chris, and thanks everyone again for watching, and we'll catch you next time for some good times. Take it easy, guys.
team rtfc.baconicecream.com